So real quick, I have this bandage over my forehead because I cut my forehead and I didn't really want to show that on camera. It's not a fashion statement. Maybe it is. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to share that before getting into it. But anyways, the main reason I'm making this video is because if you're ever on like social media or anything like that, you notice that there's a bunch of people posting all the positive shit in their life. Girls posting bikini pics on the beach in Hawaii, guys posting gym pics and like videos of them hitting PRs at the gym, and like business gurus showing off their millions of dollars that they've made. But surprisingly, as many of us know, social media is just a facade. It's not the reality of what's actually happening. You may see someone that has made millions of dollars, but what they don't share with you is the many years of trial and tribulation and the failures that they had to endure to get to the point that they're at. And although a few months ago I envisioned making this video about how well my business is doing, it turned out to be quite the opposite. You see, I started a learning platform for programmers a few months ago, and at the time, what I wanted it to be was just a place and platform for programmers to flock to and learn different concepts. Over the months, what we've done was include courses on authentication, Next.js, React, backend, front end, like the basic things for like building applications. And in that time, not only did we go from a closed source business to an open source business, but we actually grew the platform to getting 1,000 to 3,000 users per month, which is like just crazy. And so what I'd like to do is just share why this business failed, the different lessons that I learned from these mistakes, and then what I'm doing to learn from these and to improve in my next businesses. And I think that's like the main thing we want out of this. We don't want to be like dwelling on our mistakes. Sure, I didn't go the way I wanted to, and many of us have failed at things. But why not use the mistakes for good rather than giving up? And so the first big mistake that I did was not talking to customers enough. I feel so dumb for like not doing this, but it's just like business 101. Like every pro in business says, talk to your customers, understand your customers, know exactly what they want, and pivot in that direction. And guess what? I did none of that in the 7 months I was in business. I thought that I knew more about my business than my own customers when that's not really true. The customers usually, when it comes to specific features, know more about the app, and you get a better idea of what the app needs to grow through the customers' reviews. And whenever people would reach out and say, hey, you need to add this feature, you need to add that feature, I'd always scoff at them and say, this guy, what does he know about my business? I'll just do my own thing. And that just led to customers or users coming in and then leaving right away without paying for anything. And I think it was more humble and more appreciative of the advice that was being given to me instead of scoffing at these people than I don't think we'd be in the position or making this video in the first place. Another big mistake that I did, I'm going to include two here, is not pushing for my first sale fast enough and also not being a pussy about releasing something that's paid. You see, as I explained, I built a learning platform for developers. And with that, what I hoped was to have some paid items that people could pay like 20 or 30 bucks for to learn a specific subject that they're highly interested in. But the mistake I was doing was I was neglecting trying to make something paid for building dumb features. And instead, what I kept doing was building unnecessary features, procrastinating releasing something paid, and that just led to demotivation and a lack of capitalization on the users coming in. And honestly, if I could go back, I would spend more time on building something paid, like spend 90% of my time on that, and then the rest on building new features after that. Because at the end of the day, let's cut the bullshit. We want to make money, and I kept pushing that for other things. Another mistake that I made was not having a better offer for the user. My product was a commodity rather than something special. And by that, I mean, let's say you're really hungry and you're at the mall and you're just starving for like a good cheeseburger. You go to the food court, you notice there's like 5 or 6 burger spots, so you start going through them one by one. The first spot has just a regular cheeseburger, the second spot has a regular cheeseburger, the third spot has a regular cheeseburger, and you go through them one by one and you notice that all of them are just selling the same shit. And generally speaking, what's going through your mind and what goes through like regular customers' mind is that this burger spot is the exact same as this burger spot, so let me just go to the cheaper one. And coming back to the actual business, I was just a regular burger amongst other learning platforms. And while I think I had a pretty good product, the customer was looking at what I was offering and thinking I could just get this for free on YouTube or Codecademy. And by standing out, I could have done something that no other platform was doing. So in the burger example, it could have meant making like a meal where we offer like, extra fries, a soda, and ice cream just to get the person's attention and say, damn, this guy's actually offering a lot more. This could have been like mentorship programs between users, pair programming with like senior developers, doing interviews, just stuff to like be different. And I think that one pisses me off the most because I should have done that from the start. And so the final mistake that I did was not investing in myself. And what I mean by this is I could have invested money into hiring a developer. I could have invested in a tutor to teach me more deeper concepts of Next.js. I could have spent money on learning how to be a better teacher, just stuff that I could have used and skills that I could have used to make the business better. Instead, what I did was I kept my skills stagnant. I wasn't learning anything new, so once the app was done, I put in all my effort into it, so that's the best thing I could have done. There was no way for me to improve it with the skill levels that I'm at. Also, talking to developers should have been on my bucket list where I could have learned from their mistakes and they could have guided me on what direction to take the business. And I didn't do any of that. I was basically just a cocky guy thinking that I knew everything when I really didn't, and I was so far off the mark. And so, that is all my mistakes. I just publicly ridiculed myself, but I think it'll be for the best. I'm going to be taking a little break from this specific business. I think just stepping back and just, sitting with my thoughts, you could say, learning more about programming. I think that's the best move. I also got a pretty good job at a startup. I can't talk about it now, but I will in the near future. But that opportunity is just given to me, and I'm pretty grateful for it. And so yeah, hopefully you learn from my own mistakes. I definitely will. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. It would honestly really go a long way. Happy coding, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.